So, we did an update about a month ago, so we normally come back at the end of the months. This is going to be the end of May. It's been about 2 months since we finished the closed beta. I say finish the closed beta, but we might still having to do a little bit more closed beta weekends before we get to open beta. We did say after the closed beta 4 weeks that we're like maybe 1 to 2 months, because we're at the end of the second month. I think some people might be expecting the game a little bit sooner than it is. Just to address that, we're probably going to use most of June and even a tiny bit of July. This is what I'm assuming based off our production currently. One of the big, I wouldn't say issues we want to solve, but one of the tasks that we want to put a lot of focus on is audio. We've been really happy with the audio across the starting game modes, and we're trying to improve it with the game modes of kind of TDM, MacGuffin, Duel. We've actually reached out to an audio designer that's going to help us. He's very nice, very cool. We're hoping he's going to really give us some good insights. He's worked on various FPS games and was even an audio designer on like the original World of Warcraft and Call of Duties. So it's a lot of experience in the audio department that we haven't had in our team. So we're hoping that he starts in June, that he might be able to help us out. So that'd be cool. And we'll see how that goes. So we can just show a couple of maps. So what I'm expecting is like sometime in July we'll be doing something again. Probably either a couple closed betas into open beta. We'll see. So sit tight for the rest of May and June is what I'll say. Alright, but we'll show you some updates of stuff that we've been working on. You got shells to show now? Yeah, you mean... so over the month, the main thing we've been working on is the TDM MacGuffin and like kind of audio. So it's hard to give you a lot of stuff to see that's been worked on, but I can show you just a couple of the maps to expect. This is the sunken arted up version that Promise I think is basically finished. It's very pretty, it's very cool. And yeah, we're just working on replacing the bases with new stuff. And we've been talking about if the base is more than 1 point in the base to kind of pull defenders out of position a little bit. So we'll have to see if that's going to be the case. But this is sunken. It's very pretty. Well done to everyone. And we've been playtesting this pretty aggressively every night. A bunch of maps, just trying to get it to a competitive standard since we're planning a decent amount of competition, which I can talk a little bit about later. Another of the maps. So this is MacGuffin. We kind of remixed Crystal Cove into a MacGuffin map that you guys know. I'll just show you the updates on it, just so you can see what the updates look like and why we changed it. So Crystal Cove was originally a wipeout kind of brawl TDM map, but we wanted more in the MacGuffin map pool, and Crystal Cove didn't really work very well for the wipeout. It didn't have the flow, and for the brawl it wasn't overly needed. So we wanted to take it into a MacGuffin. So there's a base here and a base on the other side. Again, this has been play tested pretty aggressively. You know, we do every night play test pretty much, and just been a lot of cleanup on the floors just to make sure that rockets don't start disappearing with collision. And in general, it's playing very well. It's the good thing about MacGuffin in terms of the objective is taking the MacGuffin, you know, to take it to your base, and you gain gold now. Gold farmers, but those props haven't come in yet. The cool thing about this map is once you steal the MacGuffin from the enemy base, it's a very much like a CTF run, because you can slow it down. You have a lot of options of how you're going to do the run. So there's just been a lot of cleanup on this map and some lift jumps put in, just to make it so like if you're attacking this base, before it was just go up the log or go in here, and now you also have the lift jump entrance at the top as well. So there's lots of cool little changes that will benefit gameplay, but hard to kind of maybe appreciate. And then we got a new duel map coming. We wanted a slightly larger duel map because we felt our duel map pool was a little bit small. So Abraxas, and then you got some help with the community as well as Bubcast. It's a little bit dark. We do feel that we just want to add a little bit more sunlight into these, but in general, it's a larger 1v1 map that should offer a little bit more unique gameplay opposed to the other maps that we have in the current pool. Where we were interested in adding another duel map, especially just for competition standard. We think it's important just to have a variety of different kind of maps when it comes to playstyle. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. But it's quite big. I've been watching a couple people play matches on it. It's really good. It's quite enjoyable. Yeah, we're gonna add more sunlight in it though. Oh, sorry, there's a new version of it. I've just been told. I'm showing the older version. I think this one even has slightly more sunlight in the yellow armor room. Yeah, it seems to be the case. Yeah, it's just a little bit easier on the eyes when you're in this room. But I think there's more to go on this. Is a little bit more of a push. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I don't know if it's too gimmicky, but we had this situation where you could play from here. Like on the outer control player could really kind of sit here, and then they have access to red armor this way, and then the yellow armor down here. And they would sit here and just kind of wait until they, saw this person. They could take a shot and then just bail in the direction they wanted. So we made it like a one-way door. Because the chances are you're not going to hear that jump that well, and then you can come through that way. But it's a one-way door, so you can't go through this way. Seems to have solved some of it. Some of the problems. But overall, these dual maps generally get tweaked quite a bit by the mappers when they actually see more players play. But it's cool. And then we are letting some people just kind of get ahead of us. So one of the concepts we have for later in life, which is called like party modes. Party modes are very small game modes that maybe just consist of 4 players, and they rotate and you get points per game mode, kind of like Towerfall if you ever played that. So one of the mappers Nunu stars like, I would like to make a how do you call it, where you have basically like a Rocket League kind of thing, like we have a ball and then there's a base and then you cap it and then something and you defend and blah. I don't know what's going on, but he's made an arena for it. Yeah, and if you touch this, the electricity, you die. So you can like melee people into it and stuff. We've got to do a little bit of work for Nunu Star for this to become a reality, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's a very pretty map. I think Nunu Star has made this it's very cool. So yeah, at the moment, because he's designing it with what we've given him, there's a MacGuffin, and then you take it to your base, and this is a force field. You can't actually fire through this. You can see it's not very well because we don't have the proper things, but once you cap, you kind of, the people here, you can't shoot them, so you just sit here with a melee weapon and then try and knock them out as they come in, and then you try and pick up the thing and run to the other side, and then you can melee people into that, and it's funny. But anyway, yeah, it's Nunu Star's map. We'll see what happens in the future. This is we're letting mappers get ahead of us because we've got a little bit too much work to do on all the other stuff. And then Avan Amer, I want to say his name is. He's doing a kind of party mode where it's like King of the Hill. Whoa, that's not good. Yeah, okay, let me just see if it's listed. Okay, yeah. Thank you. No worries. I'm just gonna load I just messed up the name of the map. Yeah, so he's doing a party mode, which he wants to be something like King of the Hill in the future. So he's made this like kind of top area that I'm assuming you get points for standing on. And then there's, you know, if you get knocked off, you kind of bounce back up. So it's, yeah, we're just letting people make maps because we're not working on these, but they're making maps with the ideas of what they want to do when either modding is in or that we give them a little bit more options.
First frag.
You dead.
Slain.
Mid-air mode, yeah, exactly. You could do something very similar. But the cool thing about him building an arena like this and finishing it is you could use it for multiple kind of party modes. But we're not, unfortunately, we can't work with the community on these right now just because of how busy we are on other stuff. So, yeah. And then someone's working on a snow theme from the community, which is cool. Show you that. I think, did you see this last time? Did you see the snow? This is Mangly. I think you saw snow. Look, he's updated it. I think you didn't see this, but he's making ice caves. Yeah, so Mangly is just kind of, yeah, pushing some cool assets for the artist to use. And I think, I do believe that there is quite a good TDM map, actually, by Armaku. And I think he's asking Nunu Star to help him art. And I think Nunu Star, well, I'm not sure. I think maybe Promise or Nunu Star, they might be using the, they might want to do like an ice map. So yeah, Mangly, it's really good. There is some uses of this apparently already. There's CTF Frost. I haven't even seen this map, but someone's working on a CTF map. But they seem to be heading towards an icy theme. This is just a kind of what blockouts look like. Ooh, icy. And then I think Armaku's TDM map, whoops, sorry about that, may have, oh, try not to spam or highlight message. We talked about the open beta when we said we're going to use probably all of June, and then we'll do some closed beta into open beta, hoping for July. Don't worry about the, yeah, no worries, no worries. Sorry, it was said earlier, and some people might have joined a little bit late. Yeah, so Armaku's map's come quite a long way. It plays really well, and I think it's someone wants to make it a snow theme map. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a snow theme TDM map, which is going to be really fun. Very cool map. Armaku, this is his first map. He's been with us on the project, just kind of chipping in and helping test for a long time. And some of the guys that have, you know, Armaku normally likes, you know, his hand at code, so it's quite interesting to see different members of the community turn to mapping, probably just because they've got nothing else to do because of Corona. So we're probably getting way more maps just because of people's free time. Yes, but it's a very, very I actually really like this TDM map. I was quite surprised, so good job, Armaku. And then I want to say Raven did something as well. What did Raven do? I think he did this years ago, but since some people were doing their party play modes, I think he uploaded it. Yeah. So Raven, what did Raven do? I think Yeah, Raven. I think Raven made. Choose your control method. Shoot the button. Restart. What's going on? I'm just gonna fly. Defeated by. All right. Yeah, Raven made Minesweeper. Does it? Oh, it does work. I don't know why Raven did this. 1, 3, 2. Can I tag? I can't. Shit. I don't really. Let's get. So risk. Baby. I'm assuming there's one here, right, chat? Living life dangerously. I can't tag stuff. I'm not sure what these little things on the right are. I think that's just the part of the art. I'm just gonna lose. I think. Okay, that one's not. That's right. And baby, ba 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Bam, bam, bam. Wait, was one here? And then yeah. God, this update. All right, what am I looking at? 3. Baby. I'm gonna risk and say it's there. And then it's just this part. So it's wait. 2 2, so that's here. That means it's not there. Right? And then it has no, it has to be here, because he's 2. So it's not there. Did I win? And then shoot this one, right? And then I'm good. Is that how it works? I died already. You lost already, James. Where did I lose? No, I didn't! You fucking liars!
Frag. Slain.
You ruined my Minecraft game. I won. Yeah, that was done. Exactly. Well, the thing is, I broke in because so I didn't know what was going on. But anyway, whatever. Raven made this. Minecraft OK Boomer. What did I call it? Minecraft. I'm tired. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, Raven did that. I think he did it a long time ago before we knew it was very possible to do stuff like this, because that's Raven. You need to shoot the purple to win. Okay. Okay. Well, the rules were not explained. Oh wait, yes. Okay, so let's show a couple of other things. Sorry about that. I was already engrossed in that game. I'll just do a TDM. I'll just go into Wellspring. I haven't seen Wellspring for a while. So I don't know if people kind of understood the simplicity of this, but I just wanted to show it because it is quite cool. This is the HUD. This is my HUD. Yay. If we, for example, want to, I can take a string from Nico's HUD. If I click settings, HUD, load HUD, put in the string, Nico's HUD, I press load. Now that's Nico's HUD. So I can play with Nico's HUD just by entering his string. If I want to use, for example, someone else's HUD, let's use Phase because he makes quite pretty HUDs. I don't need to go to a website or download anything. I go to Phase's like twitch.tv. I see his string for his HUD. I just copy it, and then I just click load, put in the HUD, and then load it. And now this is Phase's HUD. So you can just link your HUDs in your Twitch streams, and then the key will be specific to your HUD slot. So if you update your HUD, people can reload the key and they'll get the new version of your HUD. If I wanted to, I could, with this current HUD, I want to keep it as it is. I don't want any updates from Phase. I could click save, click here, and then just be like Phase HUD, and then I'll give it a date, like 23 2020, and then I'll save it. So that way, if Phase upload dates his HUD and I don't want to, I can just actually load this one. And then if you really want to ruin your life, you can use Abzo's HUD, which no one will ever want to put in, so I might as well do it just out of... This is ex-pro gamer HUD. It's beautiful. Actually, it's not that bad. Napalm 3D. Let's see what his HUD looks like. Yeah, this guy loses. So there you go. You guys not think this is the best HUD? I mean, the clock's there. You ain't gonna miss the timer. I like the way that yeah, whatever. We'll go back to, I'll load Phase's HUD that I saved earlier, even though I could just put his key in again. So that's really cool. So yeah, you won't have to go to kind of these websites that you used to have old. If you were playing Team Fortress 2, there was like that TF HUD stuff. Yeah, you can just share them with a string, and then people can just list them rather than, yeah, you can just list them on your Twitch chat if you're a pro gamer, and people can grab it there. Websites are so 2019 indeed. Okay, I do believe that might have been the most of what I need to show. Napalm best HUD. Yeah, full stop. Yeah, we should have like some sort of Patreon connected to the HUDs where you can donate. So Napalm can get rich. Beat up, please. Oh yeah, the last thing we're gonna show, or I'm gonna show, it's a bit experimental. I'm gonna have to restart the game, baby. That's an egg bot. Hype. Alright, let's restart the game. You guys ready for Diabotical 2? I got this Icelandic song in my head. Restarting again. Pog. That didn't work. Alright. Are you guys ready for... 1 second. And get rip game. Yeah. This is more of an opinion piece. And we like asking the internet for opinions. That generally goes well. He's beautiful. Okay, so he's a bit off-center, his shell. But just to explain, one of the things that the pro gamers, some people are whined about, is that their egg bots aren't on the ground. And I was like, well, the only way we can get an egg bot on the ground is by raising the arms and making it a cylinder. And so we thought, okay, let's try it, right? And then we did it. And then I was like, we played with it in a game. Some people like it, some people don't. But I was like, well, part of the argument was if you allow people to force like a cylinder bot enemy model, that we would lose money because we would damage the cosmetics of the game. And I was like, maybe it's better just to give the community what they want, because if people are having a hard time hitting the egg bots with rocket launchers, it might be nice that you could force the enemy team model, because it's the same hitbox. Actually, it's not. There's a little bit curved at the top. And then, yeah, like I just give up. Looks silly. Probably plays much better. Well, it's very funny. I don't know. Maybe Raven could invite me to a game and we can see Raven's model in game with it if he wants to invite me. Yeah, pick a pretty map if you can, Raven. Sure. So there is an option right now to change the models in custom lobby. One of the cool things I thought about spectating a tournament, though, is that if there were different models per team. Oh, my game's lagging out because of the phase head. Oh, probably not wipeout because you're green. So maybe just jump into a TDM map. Even just restart the lobby. Add anime girls. What are we working on in order of release? Yeah, I can go through that. Bizarre. So here is Raven, Destroyer of Worlds. It's like you're playing some sort of Cove trainer. The animations are really quite stiff on it right now. Yeah, so why is he creeping around? The funny thing is when he crouches, there has to be an animation where the whole cylinder at the top goes down to the ground and covers the feet. Yeah, and also if he pulls out his melee weapon, he just becomes some sort of disconfigured scary bot. Yeah. So, and then we can reload the game with the egg bot. And then, yeah, so I don't know if it's a bad thing to give people options on their enemy models like this, just because we can work on the cylinder bot, but it generally gets a little bit, obviously this has like working animations, but I can understand why it's probably easier to shoot with rockets and even track with shaft, but if we don't use it, we don't use it. It's not really a big deal to me. I prefer eggs. Well, yeah, I like them as well more. But we're not wasting time with the trash bot right now because there are things in the future that involve different shape bots. But yeah, I have no problem shooting the egg bots because I'm not shit. But if you talk to players like Wins, who's, you know, apparently multiple world champion, he prefers shooting the trash bots. But then it's also you giving people an advantage. But we'll see. Grenades. Fly, Raven. that's quite nice. Okay, yeah, so in order of what we're working on, we've moved most of the netcode, and we've still got to move some stuff. We've pretty much got the 2 maps for the new game modes that we want to... I'll leave this just so the background noise. Thanks, Raven. I'm going to leave him here because he's funny. 75. Oh, yeah, it goes... What does it go now? 70, 75, 80. People felt that... I think that's right. I'm not sure. People felt like 60 was too little on the railgun or something. I'm not sure. The grenades don't bounce right now. Yeah, 70, 75, 80. People felt it was very unsatisfying hitting a 60 pincer. But I did increase the pincer reload by a very small amount to keep it balanced. There's lots of little things that we've done with balance changes over the playtest, since we've been able to playtest quite peacefully for a couple of months. Yeah, so the main focus for development to get to a next round of closed beta and then to the open beta. We just got to move 1 or 2 more things into the server side of the netcode, but generally it's all there now, which is great. Still some tweaking to do, but it's very acceptable. We gotta make sure the shop's working well with the customization, which we still haven't pushed to its fullest yet. We've implemented all the Twitch API stuff for a drops campaign, so we are ready to do drops. We just have to figure out like how we're gonna do drops on Twitch. How, you know, what is it we're giving out on Twitch channels, etc. And that's quite important for marketing. TDM MacGuffin, just waiting on some additional art and props from the art team and a little bit of polish over the VFX, etc. Audio's the big question mark of how long it will take to fix it up. But we're using pretty much all of June to improve the audio for very high level competitive game modes like Duel and TDM. We've done most of the queue systems now, so when you... Yeah, I won't go into detail on that, but it's fine. And then... Sorry, this is more off the top of my head. And then we are planning for tournaments in September. And it's monthly tournaments in different regions, but we'll announce those details when we go into open beta. And it's about the... $250,000 prize money that we wanted to support the community with for this year. Unfortunately, we have to spend it all in September to December. But you have like 2 months to warm up before tournaments start. There was something I was missing in one of the... No. It's mainly just audio, tech, shop. Yeah, we're working on identifying sounds and stuff. We're just working as hard as we can on... yeah, well, there is... wait. You can see your ping, if that's what you mean. Did you mean if you can see ping in-game? It's added now to the scoreboard. Fuck it, I'm going to play in Dallas. Show a high ping. We want to play. Do you? No, you don't. I don't believe you do.
BioClan.
Ping system, not ping. Yeah, there's a ping system. You just need to change the thing. But there's also ping. Look, I'm 136 ping. Playing in Dallas. I'm good to go. Yeah, there's lots of little improvements. So hopefully it will be appreciated when you guys play. Cool. yeah, I didn't want it to go on too long. I think 35 minutes is a pretty decent update time, right? Will you ever consider bringing Diabotical to other platforms? Not right now, and it's too fast of a game. Yeah, we showed a lot of new maps. There were many new maps shown. What about netcode? Yeah, netcode is now pretty much mostly server side with I can't remember how you say it, like backwards blah blah blah. Servers, we're looking at adding 2 servers in South America just to shut up the South American community, because apparently Chilean players won't play the game unless they have a server in Chile, and Chile and Brazilian players won't compete against each other in tournaments unless you give them an Argentinian server. So we're buying just a couple more servers in South America because they are part and will be supported with the part of the $250,000 prize pool. So if you're from pretty much any region, you will have a chance to compete for a little bit of diabolical money. And you should feel extra happy when you win it, because technically that's my money and I could have bought a new car. So there you go. Yeah, South America, North America will have separate tournaments. Australia will have its own tournament, little series. We're also going to give a tiny bit of support to Japan. Obviously Europe, CIS is combined. And we're actually looking at South Africa, because I know that there's ex-pro gamers kind of down there in the arena FPS scene. But I need to reach out and find the right people to be able to support them. Will there be a progression system? There is some stuff on the battle pass, I do believe. Get coins. This is temporarily, by the way. Ignore this. We have no idea what's going here. But, oh, wow, look at these coins. Oh, Diaboticals for free? Oh, did I break the game? Loading your order. Holy shit. Yeah, we're working on the shop right now. I think we should make those prices a lot more, though. Free game. What's happened? Oh, yeah. So there's like coins. So the idea is you just get coins and you just give us lots of money. That's really it. We don't care what you spend your coins on as long as you buy coins. One of the community members helped us with this icon, by the way. It's a Reborn logo. His name was Danny. He helped us with the coin. Is there anything else now in the shop? Is the battle pass disappeared? I guess I don't have the battle pass anymore. It's all very confusing. Stats are going a little bit nicer as well. Matches. Let's pick a game. I had to play with Americans the other day. It was very painful. Look. American. American. Damage done. Euros. Look. Lost. They had like 80 and I think... No, Def had like 80 ping. I think Napalm has higher. Do accuracies even work? Whoa. That's a typical Abzo pincer. We're only really letting... Like, if you're thinking like these guys are getting an advantage, trust me, they have 0 learning curve. So, like, Def's not going to win a tournament no matter how much he gets to play. In our kind of practice games. So don't sweat it. If you're watching this and going, oh my god, it's like, nah, it's not. I think Abzo in phase though, yeah, but we won't be running proper tournaments until 2 months afterwards. But I need these guys, and like, in all fairness, just in my defense, there was a time where the game was so bad that people wouldn't want to help play test it, and the only people that turned up were like FaZe, Abzo, Wins, and a few more from Europe. So I was like, I knew I could rely on them because it's literally every night play tests. I mean, I'm not in all of these. Let's pick one I won though. Yes. Oh, I didn't do anything in that game. Shit. Let's pick one I won and I look good in. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, these are world champions in previous FPS games, and I'm just the game developer. You know, I'm old, but you know, I don't know if this is good, but I think I did more damage than everybody on the server, and I think frags, I guess that's kills or something, and then we won. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be entering tournaments. So if you want to join my team, you can. Well, okay. If like Team Secret, Fnatic, OG, my monthly salary is about $5,000. Is that good? I'm gonna get signed. That's a lot of coins. Yeah, well, I need the $5,000 because look at these developers overpricing this fucking coins. How am I going to get all the items in the game unless I get a big fat salary? So, feed my addiction. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, cool. A little bit of a weird end to the update, but overall, I think you've seen what we're working on. We are going to use, as I mentioned, June. The primary focus will be on audio. It's really hard to say that why we need to work on audio when we're not showing you gameplay or you're not playing it yourself. But we're getting a little bit too surprised, and we want to improve it before we go into tournaments. And then yeah, by the time over June, we should have actually got the shop working with some customization. And then I don't think there's like too much else. And so once that's in, they're kind of the core things for the game to actually be playable again. So hopefully we'll be able to do the closed beta. Okay, cool. Oh, half height blocks are in, yeah, if you're asking about mapping. It has helped massively improve some of the maps. I can show you a Napalm map. The guys that were playtesting there, by the way, if you don't recognize their names, we reached out to most of the mappers that were active, and those mappers, yeah, had just been helping make maps and stuff. So let me just grab Napalm's map. I think I've shown it before, but there's like 3 people working on this. It's like Napalm, Abraxas, and Stick Flip. Oh, I'm in a game and I can't edit. What have I done? Lead match. Is the map better than the HUD? Yeah. Yeah, the map's very good. It's a very nice TDM map. Stick Flip really likes dark maps, and I was like, that's very cool. But we've just asked him to kind of add a little bit more sunlight, just so it's not overly Quake 2-esque in feeling, because it does get a little bit. Ooh, when you play it a lot, you kind of feel like, okay, yeah, a little bit fatigued just from the colors. So we're going to try and keep it nice and kind of grungy dark, but then bring in some sun rays. Needs more brown. Yeah. But it's cool to see what players can do. Sorry, mappers and artists can do. Yeah, it's really nice. And this is TDM. And this is a nice little TDM map. We need to give this a name, by the way, because it's triple damage, and it has the icon. So wait a second. So it has this icon, the High Warlord, but it can't be called High Warlord. I'm thinking of calling it like Vindicator, and then moving the name Vindicator to here. So Diabotical is this, and then so this is Diabotical, which is 4 times damage. Warlord could be good. Yeah, I like Warlord actually. And then this one is the triple damage. So it's quad damage, triple damage. So when I go back into the game and you pick it up, it's going to say triple damage.
Triple damage.
But it needs to be like, say something else, you know. And yeah, Berserk. Warlord's pretty cool. It's just temp though, the triple damage. No music. Yeah. We don't, the reason we build that separately as the Diabotical one is because the Diabotical one with the music is much more in tune with maps where you don't need to play for kills. But when you need to play for kills in TDM and you have music, you can't get kills because people can just play around you. So it's infuriating to pick up the power up and essentially get, no kills. So the Diabotical power up still features in like MacGuffin or CTF, etc., where it's not a frag based game mode.
Incoming triple damage.
When the music play the music everywhere instead. Yeah. I'm not, to be honest, it's not a bad idea. If you play the music everywhere, no one can hear, and then the power-up runner can actually get more kills. Oh yeah, half blocks. So these are half blocks. And you can just walk up half blocks. But this is a half block ledge. You know. So you can just walk up. Slabs, sorry. Yes, we call them slabs. And it's helped a lot with the movement around. Right, okay. 48 minutes. Let's keep it under an hour. I'll take some questions for 5 minutes and then I'll disappear. Make sure you bring your best questions. City's been super busy. He hasn't been able to work on his 1v1 map. Are you a robot? No. Shoes. Yes, there are eggbot shoes coming. You will be able to put shoes on your eggbots. Tips on managing a dev team. Try and pay them. You realize when you don't, they get really angry at you. And then also have a Raven. If you put a Raven in the middle, everyone just, you know, reports to Raven. Are you going to kill cylinder bots with fire? No, not yet. It's really good, though, that we're testing out the kind of different silhouettes because we are going to be doing more kind of game modes in the future, which, yeah, are going to be maybe slightly different from Arena FPS. So testing shapes has always been a plan. So it's been fun to test it, even in Arena FPS. Firefrog is the only good dev. Well, Firefrog does what he does, but Raven was kind of like a community manager, and now he's more like a project manager. Because, yeah, I told him to ignore the community because they're just plebs. So that's worked out well. Shut up. Well, there's not much community managing to do, right? So he's actually been very helpful on the project side of things. More money for Raven, please. Don't lobby for Raven's career, alright? He's gonna get bird food and he's gonna be happy. Where is Hugo? I contacted Hugo not so long ago. Yeah. Hugo's cool. Voice chat toggle function. Not sure where voice chat will end up. We have voice chat. We need to work on that. Stop pointing out things we need to work on. It makes us stressed. Release date. Not June. Hopefully July. 1st of June was just a placeholder on the Epic Games launcher, unfortunately. So, wipeout changes. For us to get this out in closed beta, I don't think we're going to be able to do Wipeout 2.0, which was the idea that Wipeout actually has a little bit more objective-based gameplay in it, rather than just frags. We have lowered the respawn timer from 5 to 4 seconds per teammate, I do believe that we're going to have to do a season of games with Wipeout just being as it is, and then hopefully in the future we'll do Wipeout 2.0 to cut down development time. While we were working on MacGuffin, it was very easy to get it working straight away, as in like, hey, it just works now. It's nice, right? But it's very difficult to finish anything when it comes to all the details. So MacGuffin was playable almost instantly, and then just became a lot harder to finish. So I think we're gonna have to cut Wipeout 2.0. Someone's got a question. I'm not sure what's a possibility of changing physics and stuff and the whole modding. Like, one of my kind of goals or promises was to give the pro community something to play that has team modes. So I have been a little bit focused on that. There is already CPMA style physics in the game, as well as vintage style physics, which are, very Quake world, and so you can. I do believe there's already crouch slide was done, but it's not an option. So I haven't seen crouch slide used in a long time, but I remember there was something there. Let me just see. I mean, there's what seems to be the variables for it, right? So I just haven't been aware. This map looks nice. Yeah, it's very cool. So I'm just trying to take some questions before the end of the hour. Law? Don't know. Will the game get offline bots? We have a practice mode where there are kind of not really AI bots, but just stuff you can shoot. I don't think we're going to be able to get AI bots learning and playing the game modes, because we could like maybe add them into FFA, but to teach them how to play MacGuffin or CTF would be very difficult. Will there be a soundtrack to the game at all? If you go onto our YouTube, all the music that was made by Dennis, who did the main menu theme, and Dennis has done some music tracks for Instagib for more casual players to have music while they play. It is on our YouTube, and then I also think that some of Marky Music tracks are there as well. Marky Music, we commissioned him to do some Parrot music. I think Marky Music is currently quite busy. He's on some of his dream projects, kind of these old school FPS stuff. So we might see more Marky Music stuff in the future with power-ups. Game lacks ambient sound. We're actually working on this one to put more ambient in. Any news on the trailer? No. I think what we have is going to be more Twitch promoted, a little bit of help from Epic. I don't... Ooh, right through the wall. This is a work in progress, meaning collision's not done. I'm not sure dropping like 100 grand on a trailer is going to be great at this point. And I think it might be a bit of a waste of money. I think the best thing we can do is something short and small if we get time to do it, as well as just make sure the game's good and we work with the core audience. Next dev update when? Normally do dev updates at the end of the month. The rocket is always going to be center screen. It just spawns slightly ahead of the egg bot, so it doesn't look like it's coming out of the egg bot. It's just so when you stand here and you shoot a rocket, it actually won't, you know, it doesn't actually shoot out from the right side of the eggbot body. Ground friction change. It wasn't the ground friction, it was the tick rate on the physics that were the problem, that were making the game a little bit fast. So the game is a tiny bit slower, but it's still quite fast. And we are getting a little bit surprised, but that's mainly due to the audio. Trailers, I don't think, make video games. You need a game. If you're going to do a big trailer, you need a game that you know has this just huge universal appeal, right? Consider every free-to-play game, you're probably going to end up losing 95% of anybody that tries it in the first 10 minutes. So putting a lot of finances into a trailer for an arena FPS, like a big trailer, will bring in, I'm sure, more players, but with the production that we've got to fix to make the game good, it's difficult. So I believe that the best case scenario is to do the trailers like we've been doing them with just a little bit more, which is, you know, seemed to work. It worked for the closed beta, got people signing up, and then focus on what is now much more common in the marketing side, which is Twitch and others. Demo replay editor. It is here, but it's not exposed. And I haven't caught up with how replay is being managed right now. So, yeah, we'll see. I think because what we did last time, to get to the closed beta, we get to a point where we start locking down on some development features to make sure the game's going out, right? And we did that for the closed beta. Now we're in the similar situation where we're like, okay, we know we need the CTF, MacGuffin, and TDM, which are free game modes that weren't played during the closed beta. So now they're kind of finding their place, and we're pretty happy. We have to start locking again these kind of gameplay improvements or, you know, new gameplay stuff. Focusing on what we're shipping, and what we're shipping should be for the open beta, so it's important that, yeah, there's you know, we probably don't need another 10 game modes, if you know what I mean. We need, yeah, you know, simple ways to get into games. You know, does it feel good? Is there a battle pass? Do you feel rewarded? You know, do you know what's going on when you're in the game? One of the things we brought in is like a hint. So in the HUD, one of the elements is called hint, and it pretty much tells you what to do, right? It's like, bring MacGuffin to point A. Yeah, so new players can, yeah, have a, you know, a hint on their screen, which has been helpful. It was actually called James Hint, apparently, originally in the string text, because I'm constantly asking what we're meant to be doing in a MacGuffin game. I'm like, oh, we're attacking the base. Okay. Oh, no, we're defending. So, yeah. And hopefully that hint can be used in more game modes for players. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Right. We're top of the hour update. I was going to do it in 2 different VODs, but now it's all one VOD. Hopefully those that tuned in at the beginning got the information quite quickly of what we're doing. Finishing up, or we finished up the 2 core game modes. It's more about polish. We can't do Wipeout 2.0. We might not even be able to do the CTF 2.0, but you guys didn't even get to play CTF 1.0, so that's okay. It's still new content for open beta. We're going to use June to focus heavily on audio improvements for gameplay. Even though you don't know that's important, trust us. We've been playing and we know there's a lot of room for improvement there, and if we can get that fixed and buy a little bit more time for Frog, Raven, and the others working and organizing all the tech, you might get a little bit more tech in the game, which will be helpful. And then we will be expanding just a couple of servers in South America to help with growing the scene over there. So Chile and Argentina. And then when we announce the date for the open beta, we will also announce the prize money distribution across the regions for the esports program. And no matter where you can connect to a server, apart from South Africa right now, and maybe places like Indonesia, you should have something to do in esports, in team modes, etc. So we're quite happy to provide that. And if we get an open beta in July, you're going to get a few months training. So don't worry if you have to play versus Abzo, because he's not that good anyway. Alright, I think I'm done. What about the Bethesda dual contracts? Okay, I'll address this now, even though it's a dev update. If Bethesda have players under exclusive contracts to play dual, and some of our team matches involve team and dual, the reality is Bethesda are probably supporting 20 players financially with prize money. And I don't see a problem that we support the other players with prize money that aren't the Bethesda players. So if you're planning on playing Diabotical and winning money, shouldn't you be happy that Rafa is stuck playing Quake for a few seasons? Because then if Bethesda are giving out like $500,000 prize money, that's 20 players I don't have to worry about in the arena FPS scene. And if you're playing Diabotical and we've only got $250,000 or something, it's like you might actually win something now because these players are busy. So it's probably the first time in arena FPS history where there will be so many players actually winning prize money across 2 games. So it's not a bad thing. So, the players that will sign contracts to be exclusive in QPL, it's their choice. And I think that they'll probably currently, earn more money doing that and have some stability. Diabotical, we're not really, thinking about doing like just these invites or we're more thinking grassroots and supporting the community to start with to see where our legs are in terms of esports. So, yeah, I think it's not a bad situation to be in. This map is very pretty. See where our eggs are. Yeah, we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. It's true when it comes to the esports plan. So we're going to lean on the community and do some grassroots activations to start with. So we're really excited, though. I'm hyped for it because I've been watching people play multiple games in different modes, and it's just so much fun. Some of the matches. But I am also easily entertained. So that maybe doesn't say much. So hopefully we'll have something more playable as a small closed beta into open beta. I want to say July. And if I come back in June and say that's not looking good, just forgive me. But yeah. All right, cool. I'm sure it will look good though. All right, thanks everybody. Yeah, with South Africa, I know there's a pro gaming team down there, and there's isn't there a player that used to be called like Phantom from South Africa? Can someone tell Phantom to get in touch with me? Because I quite like to. I think it was Phantom. And ATK, yeah. If someone just mentions they get in touch with me, I'd quite like to see what they got going on and we can support South Africa esports with Diabotical. It won't be a big support, but it's just giving them a push in the right direction. Since we have a server down there. All right. Thanks, everybody, for turning up. Wrong essay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's the players in that region, but I know there are some. Okay. Stay safe, everybody. and see you next month. And sorry for radio silence between the updates, but it's we're just trying to focus. So it's appreciated that you guys are always understanding and supportive. So thanks for that. And the team really appreciate it. So, all right, laters.